Thank you, Tim. And Mr. Dice, we're going to go back to you.
Yeah, I forgot to speak to you on this vacancy board chairman. I think last month there was some talk to you about the creation of a vacancy board, and it's something that should, it's kind of a housekeeping thing. It should appear on your agenda. I don't know whether we're ready to start it Tuesday. It's certainly provided for under the Borough Code. You're covered by this situation, and what a vacancy board is one person. And that one person who you select on an annual basis, and each year you must make that selection. It's not a term beyond a year. So that person has to be reappointed every year. Sits when council is at an impasse because there's been created a vacancy. So one of you moves, resigns for whatever reason, dies, whatever the circumstances are, there's a vacancy that's created in your ward. Council then has 45 days to fill that vacancy. And that means you would meet, discuss possible you could do it anyway. You could simply come out and make a motion, just as a lady at the Planning Commission said. You could just appoint somebody and not interview anybody. You could just decide, because it's that simple. Or you can go through a process and you can interview people and go through an intricate process to select a candidate from that ward to serve the balance of the unexpired term. And under the Home Rule Charter, it might not be the unexpired term. It might be until the next municipal election if that occurs sooner. All this being said, what happens when council gets to the point where 3 of you want Joe and 3 of you want Amy, and it's a tie? You're at impasse. You can't reach a decision. That's when the vacancy board can convene. And the vacancy board is made up of the vacancy person that you put in, and he or she chairs the vacancy board, and you 6 remaining council people. And now it's 7. And the 7 of you make the decision on who it is that you want to sit for that term that's remaining. So it becomes a really important position in the event there's impasse, if you are deadlocked for whatever reason. And this is really a what if. It's a remote situation, but I want you to know, over the years, I've seen it happen 5 or 6 times where councils have been as pleasant as pie, and a vacancy is created, and all of a sudden now there's a void, there's a vacuum, and nobody knows who wants what for the replacement of that person. And it can create a deadlock. And if you don't have a vacancy board person, if you don't make that appointment within the 45 days, and you don't have a vacancy board, which we don't at this point, and 15 days more goes by, the Court of Common Pleas appoints. And nobody wants that to happen. That takes the control out of this council and places it with the court. And any registered taxpayer in that ward gets 10 signatures, and they can go to the Court of Common Pleas and get appointed. So, again, I'm telling you, 4 or 5 or 6 times that's happened to me in my career, and you don't want that to happen here. So my suggestion is that we advertise the position for vacancy board and seek an appointment in the future and get that seat filled for the future.
Mr. Dice, do people have to apply for this? I mean, do they have to send a letter?
Same thing as applying to the planning commission,
Okay.
zoning hearing board, boards, commissions, and whatever.
Okay.
Good,
So
Steve.
this is a little different where the mayor wouldn't break this tie?
That's correct.
That's the yeah.
Okay.
So are we telling Tim to put that on our website that we're seeking applicants? Is that okay with everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Tim.
You want it in the newspaper?
No.
Cheapest
Why
way
pay?
we
Why
can do
pay
it.
for that if we don't have to?
Let's see
Just
if
put
we
it on the
can get some
website.
folks on that.
And, since it's brand new, do the advertising, whatever you're going to do for 2 months, say, and make the appointment in June or July, so you've got some time where people have heard about it. So
And we can
don't-
keep announcing it out, too.
Yeah, just don't do it next month. Maybe you do it in May, June, or July. But it's an appointment that should be made.
Anything else for us, Mr.?